Hi students, now we are going to learn practice set 1.3. Before starting with this practice set 1.3, I want to explain you some important concepts related to it. The first concept is Venn diagram. British logician John Venn was the first to use closed figures to represent sets. In earlier exercise, that is in the earlier video lectures, you have seen that how to write the set. So generally we write in this way. But he has given some new concept which is very easy to understand. That is the picturized image. So he has used the closed figures to represent sets. Such representations are called Venn diagrams. इसी रिप्रेजेंटेशन को हमने नाम दिया Venn diagrams, that is after the name of John Venn, a British logician. Venn diagrams are very useful in order to understand and illustrate the relationship among sets and to solve the examples based on the sets. It is very useful, that's why it is included in your syllabus. Here you can see the set A. The elements of set A are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How we will show it in a Venn diagram. So any closed figure you can utilize. Here we have used the closed figure like oval shape. Okay. In that the name of the set A is given and all the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we have written here. Now the next one, number 2, that is subset. Please understand this concept very well. If A and B are two given sets and every element of set B is also an element of set A, then B is a subset of A. इसका मतलब क्या कि अगर कोई सेट A और B ऐसे दो सेट्स है, अगर इसमें सेट B के सारे एलिमेंट्स अगर सेट A में है तो सेट B ये सेट A का सबसेट हुआ. That is, set B is a subset of A, which is symbolically written as B is a subset of A. It is read as B is a subset of A or B subset A. Here one example is given to you. A is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and the elements of B are 2, 4, 6, 8. Now you can see the elements of B, that is 2, 4, 6, 8 are also the element of set A. Along with this, some more elements are there in set A, but we have to focus that all the elements of set B are also present in set A. So here we can say that every element of set B is also an element of set A, therefore B is a subset of A. Please remember, this is the sign of subset. Now in the Venn diagram, that also you can understand. Here the set A and set B. Now here if you notice the overall set A, in that set A all the elements are there. That is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. But only some elements which are in set B that we have drawn inside set A and the name given to it as set B, and the elements of set B are 2, 4, 6, 8. So here we can say that set B is a subset of set A. Now the third concept. The third concept is universal set. Set which will accommodate all the given sets under consideration is known as universal set. मतलब ऐसा कोई सेट जो सारे सेट्स को कवर कर ले, हम उसे क्या कहते हैं? यूनिवर्सल सेट. Generally, the universal set is denoted by U. And in Venn diagram it is represented by a rectangle. Okay, so generally हम Venn diagram में जब यूनिवर्सल सेट को शो करना चाहते हैं तब हम रेक्टेंगल यूज करते हैं. For example, if there is a set of students who frequently remained absent, then all students in a school is the universal set. See, जब हम ये फाइंड आउट करना चाहते हैं कि जो नॉर्मली स्टूडेंट्स जो बार बार एब्सेंट रह रहे हैं उन्हें हमें अगर स्टडी करनी है तो उनका यूनिवर्सल सेट क्या बनेगा? तो उनका यूनिवर्सल सेट होगा द स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ स्कूल, एंड दैट इज written in a rectangle. So all students in a school, that is your universal set, and the set which we want to study is that set of students who frequently remained absent. So here your universal set is all students in a school. Now the fourth part, complement of a set. If set A is a subset of universal set U, that is A is a subset of U, then the set of all elements in U which are not in set A is called the complement of set A. अगर set A universal set का complement है, अगर set A universal set का subset है और set A में जो elements है वो एलिमेंट्स सारे सेट यू में अवेलेबल होंगे, पर जो एलिमेंट्स सेट यू में है लेकिन सेट ए में नहीं है वो सारे एलिमेंट्स ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट में जाएंगे. दैट इज कॉल्ड अ कॉम्प्लीमेंट ऑफ सेट ए. सो हियर बाय द एग्जांपल यू विल अंडरस्टैंड वेरी वेल. इट इज डिनोटेड बाय ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट. दिस इज द साइन ऑफ ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट, और यू कैन से this way also, that is A complement. So any one sign you can utilize for complement of set A. Now for example, यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो the elements of universal set is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and the element of set A is 1 3 5 7. So which element comes in your complement of A? Here the elements which are not there in set A, but the elements which are available in set U, we have to include in complement of set A. मतलब अगर 1 3 5 7 इनमें से आ गए हैं सेट A में, तो कॉम्प्लीमेंट ऑफ सेट A में आएंगे 2 4 6 8. So here the remaining elements from set A we include in complement of set A, but remaining elements from where? So it is from universal set. Now the same thing we will learn in a Venn diagram. Here you can see all the elements of set A are written 1 3 5 7. So the elements which are not available in set A are 2 4 6 8, which is included in A complement, and overall it becomes, when all the elements are considered, it becomes a universal set. So here we have understood the overall concepts related to practice set 1.3. Now let's start with the practice set 1.3. We are starting with practice set 1.3. Question number 1. The elements of set A are A, B, C, D, E. The elements of set B are C, D, E, F. The elements of set C are B and D, and the elements of set B are A and E. Then which of the following statements are true and which are false? Number 1, C is a subset of B. C is a subset of B. The elements of C are B and D, and the elements of set B are C, D, E, F. So here D is available but B is not available. Therefore, this statement is false. All elements of set C are not present in set B. Second one, A is a subset of D. A is a subset of D. A के एलिमेंट्स है A, B, C, D, E और D के एलिमेंट्स है A and E which are quite less. तो यहाँ पे 5 elements हैं and in set D there are only 2 elements, so it cannot be possible कि सारे elements यहाँ पे set A के set D में नहीं है. So that's why this is A is a subset of D is false. All elements of set A are not present in set D. Now the third statement, D is a subset of B. D is a subset of B. So A, E. Here we are getting E but we are not getting A, and so that's why this is also false. All elements of set D are not present in set B. Now fourth one, D is a subset of A. So D के elements है A, E and here A, E are present. So it's true, that is correct. All elements of set D are present in set A. Now fifth one, B is a subset of A. Here the elements of B, C, D, E, F, C, D, E, but F we are not getting, so that's why this statement is false. All elements of set B are not present in set A. Why? Because again यहाँ पे जो एलिमेंट F है वो set A में नहीं है, and that's why this is false. Now C is a subset of A. The elements of C are B and D, and these same elements are present here in set A. So we can say that yes, all elements of C are present in set A. That's why this statement is true. That is correct. All elements of set C are present in set A. And now, after completion of this first question, we are moving towards question number 2. See the question number 2. Take the set of natural numbers from 1 to 20 as universal set and show set X and Y using Venn diagram. So here the set X is a set of all X such that X is an element of natural number. N stands for natural number and X is greater than 7 but less than 15. It means यहाँ पे आप universal set क्या होगा? तो 1 to 20 it means 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up till 19, 20. So last element is 20. And the set X is greater than 7 but less than 15. तो हम कहां से कहां तक लेके जाएंगे? 8 to 14. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now in a diagram, that is in a Venn diagram, we have to show the elements. So first we will write all the elements of set X within any closed figure. Here you can use circle, oval or any figure which is closed. So here we have written 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 which is belongs to set X. Now rest of the elements from set U I will write outside here in this rectangle but outside this closed figure but inside the rectangle. So outside the oval shape, that is closed figure, but inside this rectangle, that is your universal set. So here, except this element, we have written all the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 to 14 are here, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Now we will move towards the sub question 2 of your question number 2. Here the same universal set we will use. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up till 19 and 20. Then the elements of set Y. Here the set Y is a set of Y such that Y is an element of natural number and Y is a prime number from 1 to 20. So here Y is a set of all Y such that Y is an element of natural number. Y is a prime number from 1 to 20. So यहाँ पे all prime numbers we have to write from 1 to 20. Remember 1 is neither prime nor composite, so we will leave 1. and then we will start from 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. Only up to 20 we have to write, so last prime number is 19. Now all the elements within a closed figure we will write 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19, and rest of the elements we will write here 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18 and 20. So overall this is your universal set, because in a universal set all the elements will come. Here the same you have seen, universal set. Now question number 3. U, that is your universal set, is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. P 1, 3, 7, 10. So all the elements of set P are 1, 3, 7, 10. Then we have to show that set U, P and P complement by Venn diagram. And second, we have to prove that complement of P complement is equal to P. So universal set, the elements of universal set are 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is already given to you. And the elements of set P are 1, 3, 7, 10. So P complement is 2, 8, 9, 11, 12. And now here in a closed figure we have to show. So first we will write all the elements of set P, that is 1, 3, 7, 10. Within a closed figure you can draw any closed figure. Here we have drawn circle. And the name of this set here we have given P. Now rest of the elements of P complement we will write outside this closed figure, but inside this universal set, that is inside the rectangle. So 2, 8, 9. Here you can see 2, 8, 9, 11, 12, 11 and 12. So overall this is your universal set. And we have to prove that complement of P complement is equal to P. So first we will write all the elements of universal set, that is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then the elements of set P are 1, 3, 7, 10, which is already given. Here we are giving as equation number 1. Then we will find out the P complement. So P complement में कौन से elements आएंगे जो elements इसमें नहीं है, that is in set P it is not available, but in set U it is available. So 2, 8, 9, 11, 12. यहाँ पे आप ध्यान से देख सकते हो 2, 8, 9, 11, 12 नहीं है, but here it is available 2, 8, 9, 11, 12. And now we have to find out the complement of P complement. मतलब P complement में जो element ना हो but universal set में हो, वो हमें लेना है. Remember, जब भी हमें किसी भी सेट का हमें कॉम्प्लीमेंट फाइंड आउट करना है तो उससे हमें यूनिवर्सल सेट के साथ कंपेयर करना है. सो हम यहाँ पे P कॉम्प्लीमेंट को यूनिवर्सल सेट के साथ कंपेयर करेंगे. सो 2, 8, 9, 11, 12 ये एलिमेंट हम लोग छोड़ देंगे. 2, 8, 9, 11, 12 और बाकी के सारे एलिमेंट्स ले लेंगे 1, 3, 7 and 10. So 1, 3, 7, 10. Here you can see that in the first equation, that is your P, the elements are 1, 3, 7, 10. And complement of P complement, here also the elements are same 1, 3, 7, 10. Here we are giving the equation number 2, and we can get the conclusion that complement of P complement is equal to P. So here we have proved from 1 and 2. So now we have completed 3 questions of practice set 1.3, and we will move further for question number 4. We are solving question number 4. Here the question is given as the elements of set A is 1, 3, 2, 7. Then write any 3 subsets of set A. So here please remember there are many questions. They ask you only 3 questions, but we can have many questions. So here please remember empty set is a subset of every set. Then we will take all these single sets, that is only 1, 3, 2, 7. What is the meaning of subset? Subset means the elements of a particular set must lies in that set. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग all different types of combinations ले सकते हैं, जैसे without elements, that is a empty set or a null set, because empty set is a subset of every set. Then we have a single elements, that is 1, 3, 2, 7, because all these elements here it is available. So these are all subsets of set A. Then we have a two elements, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 7, 3, 2, 3, 7, 2, 7. After that, we are going for three elements, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 7, 1, 2, 7, 3, 2, 7, and every set is a subset of itself. So here 1, 3, 2, 7, this also we can take. So यहाँ पे बहुत सारे इसके आंसर्स हो सकते हैं. And now we are moving towards question number 5. Write the subset relation between the sets. P is the set of all residents in Pune. M is the set of all residents in Madhya Pradesh. I is the set of all residents in Indore. B is the set of all residents in India. H is the set of all residents in Maharashtra. Now, here we have to say that in the first question of question number 5, we have to say the subset relation between the sets. As you know that here we can say India, then Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, these are the subset of India, and Pune is a subset of Maharashtra as well as India, and Indore is a subset of Madhya Pradesh as well as India. So now we are recording the answer. So from this chart you can understand that which set is a subset of different set. Okay, so here you can understand which set is a subset of any other set. So first one, the residents of Pune are residents of Maharashtra. So we can say that P is a subset of H. The residents of Pune are residents of India. So here you know that the Pune is also, the residents of Pune is also the subset of India. Okay, so the residents of Pune are residents of India. So we can say that P is a subset of B. मतलब पुणे महाराष्ट्र का भी सबसेट है और इंडिया का भी सबसेट है. Then the residents of Indore are residents of Madhya Pradesh. So we can say that I is a subset of M. Here the residents of Indore are residents of India. So here I is a subset of B. The residents of Maharashtra are residents of India. So H is a subset of B. Then the residents of Madhya Pradesh are residents of India. So M is a subset of B. So whenever you want to find out this subset relation, so you should have some geographical knowledge also, that Maharashtra is in India and Pune is in Maharashtra as well as in India. Then Indore lies in Madhya Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh lies in India. So Indore is also lying in India. So in this way we can have a subset relation. Now the next question. Here, which set can be the universal set for the above sets? Universal set, जो set सारे सेट्स को अपने अंदर समाले, मतलब अपने अंदर कवर कर ले, वो बनता है यूनिवर्सल सेट. तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो इंडिया covers all other sets. Here that is B is covering the sets different H, M, P and I. So India, that is here you can say all the residents of Pune, Maharashtra, Indore and Madhya Pradesh are residents of India. Therefore set B is the universal set for the above sets. Now the next one, question number 6. Which set of numbers could be the universal set for the sets given below? A, the set of multiples of 5, B, set of multiples of 7, C, set of multiples of 12. So here multiples means what? We have to say the table of 5. So here 5, 10, 15, 20 and so on. Then B, set of multiples of 7. So here 7, 14, 21, 28 and so on. Then C is a set of multiples of 12. So here 12, 24, 36, 48 and so on. So sets A, B and C are subsets of set of natural number, whole number or integers. So we can say that हमें यहाँ पे पूछा गया है which set of the numbers could be the universal set for the sets given below. When you see here all natural numbers are there, it covers your whole numbers and integers also, because integers have a positive as well as negative and zero also. So integers have all positive numbers, negative numbers and zero also. So in these three sets we can say that these are the subsets of n, w or I, that is natural number, whole number or integers. Now question number 2. P is a set of integers which are multiples of 4. P is a set of integers which are multiples of 4. T is a set of all even square numbers. So यहाँ पे हमें पता चल रहा है P 4, 8, 12 and so on, because multiple of 4 बोला है, तो हमें क्या करना है 4, 8, 12 and so on. Then T is a set of all even square numbers. So यहाँ पे हमें ये देखना है कि कौन से नंबर्स का स्क्वायर इवन है. 1 का स्क्वायर 1, that is odd number. 2 का स्क्वायर 4, this is even. Then 3 का स्क्वायर 9, that is odd, so we can't take. 4 का स्क्वायर 16, yes, this is even number, so I can take. Then 5 का स्क्वायर 25, this is an odd number, I cannot take. 6 का स्क्वायर 36, it is an even number, yes, I can take it. So I will continue and so on. Now you can understand sets P and T are subsets of natural number, whole number or integers. The same thing which you have seen here, because here also all the numbers are positive. So all positive numbers are covered by natural number, whole numbers and even integers also, because integers have all negative numbers, 0 as well as positive numbers. So here these sets P and T are becoming a subsets of n, w or I. Now we are moving towards question number 7. Let's start with question number 7. Let all the students of a class is a universal set. Let set A be the students who secure 50% or more. 50% or more marks in maths, then write the complement of set A. All of you know that universal set में जो elements होते हैं और जो set A में नहीं होते, वो सारे complement of set A में आते हैं. So universal set is what? All students of a class. Then set A is the students who secure 50% or more marks in maths. So जब हम कहते हैं कि 50% or more, it means उसका complement होगा set of students getting marks less than 50. अगर हमने set A में 50% और more cover किया है, तो 50% से less कहां पे cover होगा? Complement of set A में. So यहां पे what is the complement of set A? Set of students getting marks less than 50% in maths. So now I want to explain you some important points related to all three exercises, that is practice set 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. These are very important points which may come in your exam for 1 mark. Okay, so let's see here. Natural number, whole number, integers, rational number and real numbers, all these sets are infinite sets. Here the counting never ends because ये unlimited है. Okay, इसका कोई counting complete नहीं हो सकता. Then number 2, every set is a subset of itself. So here you can say A is a subset of A. So हर एक set खुद का subset होता ही है. Then third, empty set is a subset of every set. Empty set means without any elements. So it is also a subset of every set. So you can say the empty set is a subset of A, or you can say null set. Both are okay the same. So not having any elements. A set which does not have any element is known as empty set or null set. So null set is a subset of A. Now, if A is equal to B, A is equal to B means what? They are equal sets. Then A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A. अगर दो सेट्स इक्वल एलिमेंट्स रखता है तो वो एक दूसरे का क्या बनेगा? सबसेट. So if A is equal to B, then A is a subset of B and B is also subset of A. Now if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, then A is equal to B. मतलब अब इसका ही exactly reverse. मतलब A अगर B का सबसेट है और B A का सबसेट है तो हमारा कंक्लूजन क्या होगा? Then we conclude that A is equal to B. ये कंडीशन कब आ सकती है? जब दोनों इक्वल सेट्स हो. I mean to say A is equal to B. Now the sixth point, no elements are common in A and complement of A. I mean to say here कि कोई भी एलिमेंट्स कॉमन नहीं होते. अगर सेट A में 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 है जिसका यूनिवर्सल सेट है 1 to 10 नंबर्स और सेट A में है 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, तो कॉम्प्लीमेंट ऑफ सेट A में होंगे एलिमेंट्स 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. सो ये कोई भी एलिमेंट्स सेट A और उसके कॉम्प्लीमेंट ऑफ सेट A में कॉमन हो ही नहीं सकते. एंड दैट्स व्हाई हियर द स्टेटमेंट इज नो एलिमेंट्स आर कॉमन इन सेट A and complement of set A. Now A is a subset of universal set because universal set is having all elements. Similarly, you can say A complement means complement of set A is also a subset of universal set. So just now I gave you the example. Universal set is having a numbers 1 to 10, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so suppose set A is having an elements 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is also there in the universal set. That's why we can say that A is a subset of universal set. Similarly, अगर A में 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 elements है तो complement of set A में कौन से elements होंगे? 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. और ये भी तो universal set में है. तो इसका मतलब complement of set A is also a subset of universal set. Now complement of set U, that is a universal set, is empty set. अगर सारे के सारे एलिमेंट्स किसी सेट में होंगे मतलब यूनिवर्सल सेट में होंगे तो उसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट क्या बनेगा? उसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट मतलब जिसमें कोई भी एलिमेंट्स ना हो और वो है आपका नल सेट या तो एम्प्टी सेट. So complement of universal set is null set or you can say empty set. Complement of empty set is universal set. U stands for universal set. अब ऐसा कोई सेट ले जिसमें कोई एलिमेंट्स नहीं है मतलब empty set है तो उसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट क्या होगा? जिसमें सारे के सारे एलिमेंट्स हो. और जिसमें सारे के सारे एलिमेंट्स हो वैसा सेट कौन सा हो सकता है? तो वो हो सकता है यूनिवर्सल सेट. दैट्स व्हाई वी कैन से दैट complement of null set is universal set. Now complement of a complement is the given set itself. यहां पे आप समझ सकते हो कॉम्प्लीमेंट ऑफ ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट मतलब सी, जहां पे हमने एग्जांपल अभी लिया था कि यूनिवर्सल सेट में 1 to 10 नंबर्स है और सेट ए में सारे ऑड नंबर है, दैट इज 1 3 5 7 9। तो कॉम्प्लीमेंट ऑफ सेट ए में कौन से नंबर होंगे? सारे इवन नंबर, दैट इज 2 4 6 8 10। अब इसका हमें वापस कॉम्प्लीमेंट करना है, मतलब कॉम्प्लीमेंट ऑफ सेट ए का कॉम्प्लीमेंट करोगे तो वही नंबर्स आएंगे जो सेट ए में थे, एंड दैट इज 1 3 5 7 9। सो 2 4 6 8 10 का कॉम्प्लीमेंट होगा 1 3 5 7 9, and that's why we can say that complement of A complement is that set itself. It means set A. So here we have completed practice set 1.3. Thank you.